So first and foremost, everyone, thank you so much. This has been a great conference. I'm very passionate about the influencer marketing space, and I'm excited to launch, in conjunction with Ayzenberg and the Influencer Outreach Network, the Brand Channel Network. This is something we've been working on for many years, spent many millions of dollars developing, and today we'll talk about that and how it fits into the larger scope of the television space and the influencer marketing sphere. The influencer marketing landscape, it's complex, there's a lot going on. And I think one of the big points that's interesting for me is that people are spending time watching YouTube, Vine, and other content creation vehicles, and they're spending time away from television. And this is a real opportunity for everyone in the room, for marketers, for influencers, and it's a big form of competition for television. But television isn't dead, it's not going anywhere. So today what we're going to discuss, we're going to take a top-down view of big tech, and I think big tech is giving big television a huge form of competition. Marketers are also very important in this space, and then we look at influencers. Sorry. So from the top down, we're in the midst of a massive reorganization of the television ecosystem. In fact, we've identified new entities competing with big TV for the hearts, minds, and viewing time of consumers. These competitors are big technology, influencers, and marketers. Big TV is the set of publicly traded conglomerates that get content to consumers using a standard television model. It's been around since the dawn of TV. We all are very familiar with it. Most of us have a cable box. Big TV serves 116 million Nielsen homes in the US. And these companies include Comcast, Dish, Disney, Fox, CBS, all the companies we're very familiar with. Big technology, on the other hand, are all the publicly traded conglomerates that get content to consumers outside of the standard television model. We're looking at the internet, so over-the-top infrastructure. These companies include Google, Netflix, Amazon, all the companies that we're very familiar with in the tech sector. The competition between these two categories results in a middle ground for both the influencers to thrive and for marketers to become their own content creation entities. Recently, Luma Partners, over the last couple of weeks, released a report. It's about a 75-page report that talks about the different landscape. And two key statistics stand out for me. The first, big television has a whopping $400 billion market cap today. That's a huge number. It's unfathomable to me. But what's more interesting is that big technology has a $1.6 trillion market cap. They're worth 4 times more than the entire big television business. When you look at cash on hand, big tech has 5 times more cash than big television. So the result is that big tech has plenty of money to launch, buy, and support sophisticated ventures to compete with big TV. This is huge. We know that for the time being, barring any major shift towards the unbundling of content and services, television isn't going anywhere, but certainly, and it continues to be the dominant way for advertisers to scale audiences, but the big challenge is that even those audience sizes are diminishing. With big TV, there are 4 broadcast networks and about 500 channels, but in big tech, there are over 1 million channels. Users want to watch shows on demand, binge, get new show recommendations, and even watch original series via subscription services like Netflix and Amazon, media retailers like Amazon. We know that media streaming devices like the Roku box, Apple TV, Google Chromecast get content directly to consumers through the web, and ultimately important gaming devices like the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 serve as a center console within the home, again bypassing the standard television model. And finally, and most importantly to us, consumers have access to amazing content from YouTubers, Viners, and other content creators across the web. Big tech is also responsible for the innovation in mobile tech and that subsequent usage. This year, for the first time, it's been reported that people are spending more time consuming content on their mobile device than they are on their PC. According to eMarketer, consumers use their mobile device 23% of the time to consume daily media, and they spend a full 33 minutes watching online video. The results are clear. Time spent on any given channel diminishes, marketers are left with significantly fragmented audiences, and aggregations of millions of reachable viewers turn into aggregations of thousands of reachable viewers. Consumption of video can happen in more places with more content, more time spent, and this is part of the reason why new and varied content creators can amass audiences. We've heard it here today, and if you don't believe me, you haven't been to VidCon. It's amazing. So from the bottom up, we know that there's a whole contingent of users who look to YouTube and other content creators for entertainment. According to ComScore, 153 million unique users watch content on YouTube monthly, and another 91 million watch content, specifically video, on Facebook monthly. Individually, we saw statistics earlier with Chris that channels like Vivo, Maker, and Fullscreen are watched by 30 to 40 million users on YouTube alone. So consumers are becoming content creators because social networks provide easy and always available distribution. This never existed in the course of media. Production and editing equipment is inexpensive and readily available. And consumers have increased demand for more and varied types of content. So anyone with an idea today has the tool to amass an audience. The result is that audiences, large and small, get amassed around passion points, entertainment, education, and DIY tips. And now the middle. Advertisers serve a special role, and historically we've been working in partnership with developers of content, the platforms, and arts. Of course, the end for us, for advertisers and marketers, is to reach consumers, generate demand, and activate audiences to purchase our products and services. Marketers must follow audiences to the channels they watch. To facilitate this transition, we've built and we are now today launching the Brand Channel Network. The immediate effect of the Brand Channel Network for a marketer is to enable scalable co-creation of content. Collaboration with influencers will lead marketers to become a third type of competitor to big television. Marketers have collective insights, creative abilities, and effectiveness in communicating to audiences, which will result in marketers' content being specifically chosen by users. Content will not live in the periphery of the user's attention like traditional paid media does, nor will it be confined or intrusive. The brand and the product will be the star of the show, and marketers will create their own channels or co-create those channels with influencers. This is the evolution of marketing. It's additive, but it's grounded in historic precedent. Soap operas were co-created with television producers, custom microsites have been developed with website ad buys, and branded mobile applications integrate the best app functionality. Some brands like GoPro, Red Bull, and Banana Republic are seeing this benefit today with custom content and influencer co-creation. So here's how ION creates custom networks of influencers, merges creative and marketing needs, and ultimately activates this marketplace. So this is the introduction of the Brand Channel Network. The idea is simple. The Brand Channel Network connects marketers to influencers. ION, or the Influencer Outreach Network, has been hard at work over the last 3 years, spending millions of dollars in resources and development. Through a combination of technologies, licenses, and manpower, the Brand Channel Network lets marketers find and deploy content with creators who have amassed audiences across social networks. These creators are authentic and trusted voices who create unique formats to reach their audiences. Influencers are deployed on demand in conjunction with their marketers' paid media efforts. The process starts by using data and technology partners to discover influencers. Then we connect them into our platform, pair a creative strategy with a curated set of influencers to create or share content, and then we amplify the best content and use our proprietary reporting interface to deliver insights and analytics. While many marketers build this infrastructure within their own organization at great expense, the Brand Channel Network is available as a turnkey and managed service solution to marketers of all types without needing to spend the time, money, or other resources learning how to build the Brand Channel Network. So this is what we know about how we can build a Brand Channel Network. We're going to share with you a number of who our partners are, so that if you like, you can build it on your own, or if you want, you can talk to us. So we start with the framework. Internally, we set up 4 tiers of influencers. And the sizes will vary depending on what vertical you operate in, but tier 1 influencers are professionals and they've honed their craft. These are people who have media teams, agents, and help producing content. They need to be paid for their services, and they include Freddie Wong, Clinton Jones, and others whose content is also crossing over to television projects. While they'll be more expensive than others with lower subscriber counts, they'll have a significant reach in the marketplace. And most importantly, they're signed to our partner multi-channel networks. Tier 2 influencers are doing really well. They're getting brand deals, and most likely they're also signed to our partner MCNs. They continue to strive for greater success. Tier 3 influencers are up-and-comers. They'll work for lower costs, incentives, and other non-monetary payment if your product aligns with their passion points. And we've heard this earlier from some of the creators who are on stage. We know they want to be recognized by brands and their influencer peers, so the brand channel network gives them that opportunity. Tier 4 influencers can include employees who have a small but highly valuable and often specialized audience. This group can include communities you've built in disparate parts of the organization. Certainly for entertainment marketers, the creation and application of communities is not a new strategy, but this framework gives all marketers a more turnkey and scalable approach to building and activating communities. So we're going to go through these steps pretty quickly. Step 2, or the first step, is discovering influencers and subsequently connecting to them. We use data and API connections and algorithmic analysis to help discover the right influencers for brands. A number of companies do this in this space, including Pixability, Jukin Media, Tubular Labs, True Social Metrics, and Strike Social. We look at 3 different types of data. The first is metadata. We discover influencers by looking at the keywords creators use to tag their content. This keyword information tells us who their audience is and the type of content they've created. Content that speaks to your audience leads to influencers who have amassed your audience. We look at 1 degree of separation, or interactions. We look at the people who are both commenting or doing any one of the following: commenting, liking, or sharing your content, and then looking at the other channels they're interacting with. Birds of a feather flock together. We have the ability to identify the 100 or 1,000 other channels your audience regularly watches, and those other 100 channels should be considered part of the brand channel network because the content they create attracts audiences the marketer is trying to reach. Then we look at branded interactions. This is a subset of the people who interact with your specific brand on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, etc. We want to find the people who are both interacting with your brand and who also have audiences where they communicate to their own audiences. So this subset of branded engagers should be part of your brand channel network. Once we reach out, we share the value proposition to these influencers. We bring them into the brand channel network through our influencer portal, and you can see it and register at joinion.net. Our technology partner is Dynamic Signal. So these guys log into the interface and they'll get an email or a message every time we have business for them. All we ask is they do great work so they can get paid. Step 3 is activation. Influencers will either create or share content that has already been created. So the sharing part provides a level of control for advertisers and marketers who don't want to put the creation of content into the hands of influencers. Key to the campaign activation is to curate the right subset of influencers. Any brand channel network may have 1,000 different influencers within the network, but you may only activate about 100 at any given time. We look at their reliability, attention to detail, past performance, subscriber count, etc. Activation includes pairing of a creative strategy, setting roles for each influencer, and managing all the back-end production, timelines, contracts, accounts payable, etc. We also track conversion activity, that when users click from a bit.ly link all the way to the advertiser site and down to the actual conversion, so we can actually track conversions as many other companies do. The BCN influencers who have audiences across social networks will be asked to share content created by the marketers or by other content creators. This also dovetails into a third way that advertisers help audiences. It's by helping them gain subscribers through promotion. So the idea of finding the right influencers is similar to finding the right creative, the right talent, the right voice, the right endorser, and the right way to communicate very specific ideas, but instead of using actors, we use influencers. Step 4 is we go viral. Each co-created content piece deserves its own piece of marketing behind it. So we'll deploy 5 tactics. The 5 tactics include asking content creators to share the content across their social networks, advising influencers on how to properly tag their content using SEO, and engaging our PR group to tell unique stories. For our gaming clients recently, we placed videos as content in GameSpot and N4G. Part and parcel of our ethos is that what we sell to our clients, we need to be able to put into use ourselves. We use the brand channel network to create the ION community of tier 2 and tier 3 influencers to share videos across social networks. And finally, when the content is awesome, we use paid media amplification through our standard partners like Google, Strike Social, and MediaMath to deliver amplification. The strategy here is critical. You've already vetted 1,000 or 2,000 influencers through the brand channel network. There's the ability to share with them, to run paid media on those specific channels. And we show that it boosts engagement rate and drives middle and lower funnel activity more effectively. And this way, brands build trust with influencers over the course of months and years, which is important. In step 5, we analyze the performance. ION has built a proprietary reporting toolset that connects via API access directly through dynamic signal, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and top social networks. This solves the problem presented by serving paid influencer campaigns into channels like YouTube and Facebook who don't readily allow for this type of tracking. Our reporting toolset also lets us see delivery over a 12-month period and predict that delivery with for clients. And we can share earned social activity across networks, which provides a heaping amount of added value for the campaign. And step 6, we beta test. We're partnering with a company called Jammer FM, which lets us cookie influencer audiences as they click away from YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter and into a jammer.fm page. With this cookie data, we enable remarketing and lookalike modeling of these influencers. This is a powerful addition to the brand channel network because it's the ability to hit audiences with a 3-prong approach. Step 1, activate influencer marketing campaigns, engage users with polls and prizes on a Jammer FM page, and ultimately serve paid media to the users who just engage with your audience marketing efforts. And in summary, the brand channel network lets marketers take greater control of their influencer marketing efforts and earn economies of scale. Advertisers and marketers own influencer relationships rather than renting them from third parties. Content lives online in perpetuity and lives as the focus of the user's attention. Unlike traditional paid media initiatives, BCN content does not live in confined or intrusive spaces or in the periphery of the user's attention. And finally, marketers obtain the influencer's audience data, which they get to own and use for remarketing. Finally, the TV landscape is opening up to big competition from big technology. Influencers are thriving, and marketers have the opportunity to create and co-create content. The brand channel network gives marketers a whole other layer of content that allows brands to resonate with audiences. Excuse me. Thank you.